Alright, so today I just wanted to post a video on my setup on the Windows 10 KVM Passthrough of a graphics card to the VM. My setup is using Ubuntu 16 and I passed through my GTX 780 to a Windows machine, or a Windows VM machine, Windows 10 VM machine. It took me quite some time to really perfect it, and there are some things I'm not too that I don't like too much. I mean, like some things that I did not predict or did not see coming, kind of caught up. But anyway, so I'll list all the things or all the problems I have currently, all the things I did fix, and I'll link everything in the description below, so that you can actually also benefit from this in the end. Now also do remember that not all systems are the same, so some things would work, some things won't. That's what I learned. Usually I just use different sources, even if it's not for the same OS even. Arch Linux has a lot of guides on their wiki about KVM and QEMU with virt-manager. So anyway, let me quickly show you how it looks like. Alright, so this is my Ubuntu installation right now that I'm running two screens of. So my system contains a GTX 780 Ti, as you know, 16 gigs of RAM, an i7 6700K, and the Ubuntu installation is running off of my onboard graphics card, dual monitor, HDMI DVI, and then I have my graphics card set up as HDMI DVI. So I can also multi-monitor Windows as well. I can actually split Windows and Ubuntu, like Windows Ubuntu or Windows Ubuntu. So I can quickly show you how that looks like. So let me just quickly change the source to the graphics card, and there we go. There's my Windows installation. Right now, right now I've tested a bunch of games. I've tested a bunch of games that I play, like League of Legends, Overwatch, Dishonored 2. I played Rise of the Tomb Raider, and all of these games have run quite smoothly. While Overwatch has its problems with Blizzard just being Blizzard. So I'll explain a bit later what the problem is and sort of a fix that I'm still checking out, but yeah, I'll tell a bit more about it later. Let me quickly just show you some performance with Rise of the Tomb Raider, since it is pretty intense. The game is pretty intense on the graphics and resources. So I'll just run the benchmark, since it'll be easier, and I do not have any more saves of this game, so yeah. Anyway, so let me just quickly show you some benchmarks. So this is running on 1080p. I think most of the graphics settings are set to at least high and very high. I can't remember exactly, but not everything isn't maximized, since the 780 can't handle the game on full graphics. But I mean, yeah. So there we go. There is a start of our benchmark, and as you can see, it's actually running really smoothly. I get similar performance from the VM as I get from having just running it straight. So yeah, let me just also let me just also show you that my multi-monitor is working, so I can just show you quickly as well here. Let me just zoom out a bit, and there we go. There is my secondary monitor on Windows 10 as well. So as you can see, we're running Windows 10 multi-monitored, everything is running smoothly, and we're still running Ubuntu in the background. So I can still use Ubuntu with Synergy, but I'll explain, I think, more on these topics in another video, since this would be too long of a video to watch. Alright, so as you can see, everything is running really well. The benchmark's about to end soon, and then you can actually use this as an indicator of the possibilities that or all the possibilities you have with this. So there we go, overall benchmark done. Okay, so I just also want to talk about why you would do this. Let me just close this. Alright, so what is the purpose of running a Windows 10 VM on top of Ubuntu at the same time? So my reasoning is I use Ubuntu as my main OS a lot. I've been using Ubuntu for years now, and in my opinion, Ubuntu is a more stable operating system than Windows. It doesn't get any malware or viruses. I don't have to run any antivirus on it, so it doesn't slow down the system. Having a VM allows you to just reinstall Windows without really caring too much. I mean, you can make backups of your image if you want to. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of other perks to having Windows 10 in a VM. I mean, if you really want to, you can just you know, have everything imaged, and just when you reinstall everything, it just auto installs, and there you go, you have your gaming rig set up. And because Ubuntu is so robust, in my opinion, I use it a lot for work. So I do a lot of programming projects on Ubuntu. I find it's quite nice. And so far, this is actually the first time I've passed through a Windows 10 VM or created a VM from Ubuntu. The previous time I used Arch Linux, which wasn't as nice as I expected it to be, since well, Arch Linux isn't as refined as Ubuntu, although it's more you know, more although it's more original or closer to the original Linux. It's not as nice on the GUI part, and finding a correct GUI can be a hassle. So anyway, I used Synergy. Let me just quickly pause. Okay, there we go. There's my mouse and keyboard. As you can see, I just used it here on my Windows 10. It is now here on Ubuntu. Same mouse and keyboard that I used on my Windows 10. Yeah, so in the next video I'll explain exactly my problems, the pros and cons of this, and what you should be looking out for. Alright, thank you.